Once I got a buy signal on the LuxAlgo, I entered a trade and made a $225 profit. Later after, I entered another trade just by myself, lost $31 on a small loss, but we got another buy signal on the LuxAlgo, entered a trade and made a $147 profit. $95 profit, $73 profit, $65 profit, and $124. In this video, I'm going to be going over trading cryptocurrencies for beginners. So everything I'm going to be going over step by step. I'll also be sharing my trading strategy. So if that sounds interesting, definitely stick around. So I've already made around 3 videos that are similar to the things I'll be covering today, but they are all a little bit different. So in case you do want to check those out, I did create a playlist. I'll leave that link down below, but this is more of an update video trying to cover things that I may not have talked about. So the first thing that you're gonna have to do is go to tradingview.com, create an account. It's free to make. Once you have done that, you're gonna go over here to Bitcoin index, go to the bottom right corner and click this box. Then you should be able to see the Bitcoin chart. Next, you're gonna go to LuxAlgo.com. This is the trading indicator that I like to use when it comes to trading. It is not free, but you can get a 30-day risk-free trial. If you're interested, I do have a referral link down below. If you do use my code, you can get 20% off your entire purchase. You can also join their amazing Discord community where you can set up buy and sell alerts. They have a ton of great reviews. Once you have purchased the indicators, they'll send you an email giving you instructions on how to connect LuxAlgo and TradingView together. Once it's connected, you're going to click on indicators, type in LuxAlgo, and you'll be able to see LuxAlgo Premium. Once you click on that, your indicator should load up. If you want to change the setting, you can click on the settings button on the top. Within these settings, I like to change only 2 things. The first is going to be the signal mode from confirmation plus exit to contrarian plus exit. You're going to notice the buy and sell signals switching around, and the second one is to check the reversal zones. The reversal zones do a really good job of letting you know some zones. If you get a sell signal plus you're in the red zone, definitely get out of the trade. If you're in the green zone plus you get a strong buy signal, you should consider entering a trade. Now, the exchange and the platform that I'll be using to demonstrate all my trades is called Bitget. If you're interested in signing up, I do have a link down below. If you do use my link, you can get up to a $4,000 trading bonus if you do meet all the requirements. And I use a lot of different other exchanges when it comes to trading, but Bitget specifically I like using when it comes to trading on leverage. Now, before I move any further into this video, I do want to remind everybody that I am not a financial advisor, nor anything that I share in this entire financial advice. Trading is inherently very risky, especially what I'll be covering today, which is trading on leverage. Previous videos that I talked about when it comes to trading, I didn't really mention and talk about leverage trading. This is definitely for experienced traders, but at the same time, you have to start somewhere in order to get somewhere. Now, after you create an account, the first thing that you're gonna have to do is go to the top right corner, click on assets, and deposit funds into your account. Try to deposit USDT, but you can deposit any crypto of your choice. You can deposit Bitcoin, Cardano, Ethereum, any choice, but eventually you're gonna have to sell it to USDT because that's the currency that you're gonna trade with. Now, if you didn't understand anything that I just said, then I think that's a really good sign that you are not ready to trade cryptocurrencies at all. You should probably pause this video, don't watch any further, learn all the basic things first, and maybe you can revisit this later on in the future. But the last thing I want is anyone who's brand new to the space to start trading. I don't think that's smart. Yes, this is a step-by-step beginner trading friendly type of video, but it should really be for those that have already been in this space. When you deposit, it should arrive into your spot account, but we want to transfer it to our futures account. So you're going to click on transfer. It's going to be from spot to USDTM, and the transfer amount is going to be up to you. For this example, we'll just do 100 USDT, confirm, and the transfer has been successful. If you click on futures, you should be able to see your balance. I already had some funds in my account. Then we're going to go up to futures and click on USDTM futures, and the Bitget chart should pop up. Now, Bitget and a lot of other exchanges do offer TradingView charting and analysis, but it is not linked to your actual TradingView account. So you're not going to be able to use LuxAlgo within Bitget. So what I personally do is I do all my charting and my analysis on TradingView, and then I make all my trades within Bitget. Now, within TradingView, if you type in RSI, the indicator relative strength index should pop up. Once you click, you'll see this chart on the bottom. Now, this is an indicator indicator that I've talked about many times on my channel. This is the indicator that I use to enter and exit my trades. Now, this isn't a bulletproof strategy, but it is a winning strategy. The interesting thing about trading is that you only need to win 51% of the times to be a successful trader. Of course, you want to be a lot higher than that, but the idea is that you can lose 49 trades, win 51 trades, and still be a winner. What I love about the RSI strategy is that it's a great way for beginners to learn trading, but at the same time, I do highly recommend you to also learn patterns, trend lines, supports, and resistance. There's just not enough time for me to cover all of that in this video. Maybe I'll talk about it later. But the RSI is a momentum indicator. So right over here on the right side, you can see 30 and you can see 70. Anytime the indicator or the line is below 30, that means that the asset is oversold. Anytime that it's above 70, that means it's overbought. So you don't want to be buying when we're at those levels. Now, right now we are in the 5-minute time frame. There's also the 15-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour. I'll kind of go briefly over those later on. You can change your time frame over here on the drop down button, but that's the basic idea. You enter a trade there, maybe there as well, and you sell over here. But the way that I use this strategy is to buy and enter trades when we're in the 30 range and get out before we hit 70. So I don't like to wait we hit 70 unless I'm somewhere out and I just check my phone randomly and realize we're above 70, then I'll exit the trade. But the goal is to exit before we hit 70, maybe in the 60s, maybe in the 65s. So for example, I probably entered a trade around here and probably exited somewhere around here. Yes, there was some extra pump. Then we got a dumb consolidation and went a lot higher. But that's the thing, you don't know what's going to happen afterwards. So you want to take profits when you are able to. Now, when it comes to the time frame, it depends on how frequently you're going to trade. So if you're going to sit on your computer for like 8 to 12 hours a day to trade, then you'll probably want to trade on the 5-minute time frame because you're going to be a scalper. You're going to enter a trade there, go up there, make a 1.4% gain. But now with leverage trading, you can increase those percentage gains, which I'll cover in the later half of this video. And you know, when you measure all the price movement of the RSI strategy, you're not going to get like these 20, 30, 50% moves. On average, they're about 1%. But if you switch over to the 15-minute time frame, you're going to be dealing with a 1.5 to 2% gain. And for the 1 hour time frame, you're going to be dealing with an average of 5 to 6% gains. So if you trade on a lower time frame, you're trading a lot more frequent, but the gains are smaller. Whereas if you trade on the higher time frame, 1 hour is still considered a shorter time frame, but let's just, call it high for this example. Your gains are going to be higher, but it's going to take a lot longer to play out. If you follow this strategy over here, you would have made 5 trades within 2 weeks. So that is something that you're going to have to figure out depending on your lifestyle, your work, your preference, all of that stuff. I would say try the 5-minute, the 15-minute, the 1 hour, and figure out which one you like the best. Now for this example, I'm going to stick with the 5-minute time frame because that's what I've been trading on for the past week. Anytime the RSI dips below 30, plus gets a buy signal and we're in the bottom range of this cloud, that's when I like to enter in trades. I was sleeping during this time, so I was not able to enter a trade, but if I did, I would probably enter somewhere on the bottom of the reversal zone, and I would have probably taken percent at 1% because my goal with most trades is just to make 1% and get out. But when you trade on leverage, you are able to increase your gains, but it also comes at the cost of increased risk. So usually I like to stick with a 3 to 5x range. That means that if I'm on a 3x leverage trade and Bitcoin goes up 1%, I made a 3% gain. If I'm on a 5x leverage trade and Bitcoin goes up 1%, then I made a 5% gain. That means that all you have to do is just have Bitcoin go up 1%, which it does almost on a weekly, daily basis, and you could be making 3 to 5% on a consistent basis. So I'm going to explain how I would enter a trade within Bitget. Now, the first thing that you're going to do is go to this corner over here and click on long. Now, mine's already set to 3x. Yours might be set to 5 or 10. You can go all the way up to 125x, but that is extremely risky, and I'm going to explain why later. The lower the leverage, the lower the risk, but also low reward. At the same time, we have high risk, high reward, just high everything. It's just way too risky. At this point, you're pretty much gambling black or white. There is the option to short the market, meaning that you can bet on the market going down. I personally do not short. That's just a personal choice of mine, but that is something that you can explore on your own if you are interested. Next, you're going to click over to this button over here. It's going to say isolated or cross. I recommend choosing isolated. The simplest way that I can explain this is with isolated, you can have 3 different trades open: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano. If your Cardano trade gets wiped out, your Bitcoin and Ethereum trade will be safe. With cross, what's going to happen is it's going to use all 3 trades as your funds. So if Cardano gets liquidated, then your Ethereum and your Bitcoin can also get liquidated. Meaning with cross, your entire account, like your whole trading account, can be wiped out. With isolated, only that specific trade can get wiped out, not your entire account, unless you're trading with your entire account. You can look up more information on that, but I recommend choosing isolated. So right now I'm looking at the charts, and right now we're kind of just in this middle zone. Generally, we're in this middle zone. I don't like entering trades. I don't. I like entering trades when we're down here, and only when there are trading opportunities. You should never enter a trade just for the sake of wanting to be in a trade. It's just not a smart move. I've been there, done that, and regretted most of my decisions. Instead, I let the prices come to me. But for this example, I'm gonna go ahead and enter a trade because we got to, right? Usually I like to copy the price or just enter the price over here. So it's gonna be 19,095. Next, you're gonna have to decide how much you want to trade with. So if you have 100 USDT and you select 50%, then you're gonna be trading with 50 USDT. On a 3x leverage long, you're going to trade as if you owned 150 USDT. Once you've entered the trade, you cannot withdraw the 150 USDT because it does not belong to you, because you are technically on contract with Bitget. So within my account, if I decide to trade with 25% of my futures account, that's as if I'm going to be trading with 0.66 Bitcoin. Or you can enter the amount of Bitcoin you want to trade with, but overall, I like using this over here. For this example, let's just go ahead and choose 10%. I'm going to click on buy long. Then all the information is going to pop up to confirm everything. The one thing you want to make sure you look out for is the liquidation price. So my liquidation right now is set at 12,788. That means that if Bitcoin goes all the way down to $12,788, my trade will actually get wiped out. It'll get liquidated. Now, to give you perspective on what that would look like if we were on a higher leverage, like a 50x, and decided to go long, my liquidation price is now close to $18,800. That is a significant difference. If I decided to go all the way to 125, confirm that long, my liquidation price is at $19,029. That's literally just a $65 difference. So if Bitcoin just dipped a little bit, $65, my trade is wiped out. So lower the leverage, the lower the liquidation price. The higher the leverage, your liquidation price slowly gets higher and higher. So if Bitcoin just dips here, boop, you get liquidated. Boop, you get liquidated. It all depends. Since I'm on a 3x leverage, Bitcoin could drop all the way down here and even lower because it's all the way down to $12,000, and I will not lose my position. I will continue to just hold my position. The thing with leverage trading is that it's also leveraged to the downside. So if Bitcoin decides to go down 1%, I'm going to be down 3%. So if Bitcoin goes down 10%, I'm down 30%. So that is the risk involved with leverage trading. I'm going to go back to my 3x because I will never do 125x. I probably would if I just did it for like $10, but never a larger amount. It looks like the price went down just a little bit more. Enter 93, confirm everything. And then my trade has officially been open. Now you should be familiar with limit orders at this point. So if you wanted to enter maybe at a lower price at $19,000, then you can click on buy long, confirm, and your order is going to be open right down here. So if Bitcoin decides to dip right over here, that is when your order will get filled. The nice thing is that you're able to drag this if you wanted to, if you have enough funds. Just confirm everything, and you can drag your funds, and you can drag your order to where you want to buy it. Maybe you want to buy a little bit higher, confirm, and you can cancel it just by clicking the X. But let's go over a few things. So we first have the open price. That's the price that I entered my position at. This is the current price, and this is how much I'm technically trading with, $1,686. Since I'm in a 3x leverage long, I'm trading as if I'm trading with $5,000. So you can see where leverage trading can be useful for those those that have smaller accounts. A lot of the comments that I've received in my past videos is, people letting me know like, hey, I don't have that much money to trade with, right? Because if you trade with $10,000 and you make a 1% gain, that's $100. That's a pretty decent win for a day, right? But a lot of people don't have that kind of money. So trading on leverage does give that hope, I would say, to people. But at the same time, it's a lot of my fear are those that enter leverage trading without being educated properly and they treat it like a casino. You should at least do your due diligence to study charts, understand basic patterns, supports and resistance. And that's why my strategy is just to take small profits little at a time. We're talking like 1%. People taking 1% profit on trades, a lot of people don't talk about that. My strategy is to dollar cost average into the market every single day, and that's where majority of my gains will come. And while I wait, and if there's opportunities to trade, I enter some trades and do it for fun. In terms of how much should you trade with, I always have this basic rule of you should only be trading with 10% of your overall portfolio. So if you have a $10,000 account, you should only be trading with $1,000. And then within that $1,000, you can decide how you want to divide it up. You can trade with 20% of that or 30%, 10% of that. Completely up to you. I like to enter my trades into thirds. That way I'm not entering all at once. So for example, if I enter a third over here and the trade didn't play out, then I would enter another third down here. If we went lower again, then I'll probably enter my third position there. At that point, the goal is just to break even and get out of the trade and re-strategize. In fact, there are some times where I do take small losses and I'm able to because my previous wins were greater. So if I won 2 trades and take one small loss, that's completely okay because that's still a winning trade. So your first goal should be to win a small trade. If you're not able to do that, then at least try to break even. And if you've entered all of your positions and you're still down, then you'll have to consider selling at a small loss and re-strategize. Now we're going to talk about stop losses. A lot of people have asked me about it. I personally do not set any stop losses, and that's because I know when to take my losses and sell at a loss. And usually because my leverage positions are very low, I've rarely get liquidated. But over here, it says take profit, stop loss. If you click on that, you're going to see this option. So take profit is what it sounds like, right? Right now, Bitcoin is at $19,100. A 1% move from $19,300 is going to be approximately $19,290. A 1% move from $19,100 is approximately $19,290. So I would like to enter at $19,290. My expected rate of return is 3% when price reaches $19,290, which is again, that's the goal I'm going for. I'm trying to just go for a 3% move. Now, a stop loss are for those that are not willing to take higher risks. So if Bitcoin goes down 1%, that is going to be a 3% loss. But let's say for some reason, the Bitcoin price decides to go all the way down 4%. All of a sudden, you're going to be down 12%. And maybe you're not willing to have a 12% loss short term. You can let Bitget know, hey, if Bitcoin hits, $19,000, I want you to sell my position. Yes, I'm going to lose 2%, but I'd rather get out of a trade quicker than later. We're just going to confirm everything and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Confirm, and it's automatically going to be set. So this means that if Bitcoin decides to go all the way up to here, it's automatically going to sell your position, take profits, and get out of the trade. Vice versa, if Bitcoin goes south and hits this level over here, then it's automatically going to sell your position. And yes, you'll take a small loss, but at the same time, you might be saving yourself from more pain. Personally, for myself, I can stomach a 10 to 15 to 20% downside move because I always have enough capital to buy those dips and lower my average costs. But this is a great way to set those rules and boundaries when you are not emotional, because when things get extremely volatile, you make emotional decisions. You want to set all these things when you can think clearly and you decide for yourself. After you set those and you decide to change your mind, you can again always drag your stop loss and take profit. Maybe you want to see where Bitcoin goes or how high Bitcoin can go, so you'll maybe want to cancel your take profit order. Let's say you don't have a take profit and stop loss. Well, you have this second option called flash close. So right now I'm down about 0.4%. I didn't want to enter a trade to begin with, so I'm going to exit my trade at a $5 loss or maybe a $4 loss. Click on flash close. It's just going to get the current price of Bitcoin, the amount that you're going to be selling. confirm everything, and it's automatically just going to close my trade. If you want to trade other currencies, you can go to the top left corner and select the currency of your choice. And Bitget actually is one of the fewer exchanges that I know that have the option to trade with USDC. So if you're somebody who's like, I don't want to trade with USDT, USDC is an option. Bitget also does have copy trading features where you can copy other traders' trades. I made a separate video on that. I'll leave that video link down below. I think this feature is very unique. Can be a little bit risky, but at the same time, if you select the right traders, the rewards can pay off. And if you're not interested in trading on leverage and just want to trade on spot, well, they have that feature as well with a 0% fee. Just make sure to never trade with your entire account. Bitget is my trading account. I have a investment or holding account. So they're very separate. I keep those two things separate. If it's your first time depositing on Bitget, try to deposit a small amount first before you do a larger amount. And if you're interested in how I'm navigating these markets, check out the Discord group link down below. Right now, the markets are pretty boring. There's just not a lot to talk about. And so I've been kind of just trading for fun here and then. And I do share my trades within the Discord group. But with that said, that'll be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it was helpful, especially if you are a new trader. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Over. Good night, good morning, adios.